important when surviving a mecha attack because there are 3 steps to surviving a mecha attack. Recognizing you're dealing with a mecha, applying lipstick, kissing your ass goodbye. Because it's a robot. It is a robot. Now, not only that, Japan has also modified the suit that it can be used on pets, or as I call it in the days of the apocalypse, domesticated leash meat. What is this but just a really nice hat in the making, covering a very passable teriyaki dinner.
It's got a sling on it.
You can just hold that dog in case it tries to run away and, I don't know, defend and protect itself. That's perfectly fine. So we want to take Excel's advice and strap your emergency food ration to your head like I'm showing right here. Because it's the end of the world, let's be honest. No longer your pet. Grab whatever you can, no rules anymore. Simply find a very large dog in a saddle, strap that dog to your head. If nothing else, the robot will see you and die laughing. That'll be your ultimate attack. Part 4. Highlight of the panel, personal favorite of this.
This is a good part.
Now look, when I go in as a teaching artist and try to explain sexual health and sexual safety using sock puppets to kids, I know it's not going to work. We can't tell you don't have crazy orgies in your hotel room 25, 25, 26, at like 12 p.m. maybe on a Saturday night. It's going to happen no matter what. All we can do is show you the best possible route. Sooner or later, the robot's going to catch up to you. And somewhere in the back of your mind, as a rat is going to strike back against the cougar, you're going to think, okay, what's my last resort? Let me actually try fighting the giant robot. It's not gonna work, but here are some strategies that have proven sort of most effective in the past.
Kind of. Based on historic evidence.
Based on very highly historic evidence brought to us by Wikipedia. The sage is up. So, one of the first robots, classic favorite of mine, Tetsujin 28, aka Gigantor, right? They found a Gigantor. We all know the theme song. Gigantor, Gigantor, Gigantor. This thing was loaded with attacks, and it had the, wait a second, no, what was the thing you showed? It was like Giant Robo or Ginner? It had the lump shot. Okay. So, I think it punches things, Punching is cool, it's a robot, it punches.
It's black and white, it was way before us.
Okay. Now, Gigantor does not have an angsty teenage child living inside of it and screaming at it what to do. Gigantor is so old it doesn't even have a cockpit. It has an angsty teenage boy standing outside of it using some bastardized Atari remote to tell it what to do. All you can do is aim for that kid! Look at it! He's 10 years old, he's dressed like Dapper Dan, he's shooting, and that joystick has somehow destroyed his elbow. Look at that. No one should bend that way. Besides, look,
I think he's holding a toaster.
Look at the hatred in that robot's eyes. How it burns red like the blood it wishes to stain on its feet.
You shall not take my toaster!
Remember, end of the world. You're gonna kill a 10-year-old kid to protect the city? Why not?
And get his toaster.
Toaster. Big O. Right, we all know the theme song. Big O. Big O. Big O. Big O. Big O was one of my favorites, produced by Madhouse, that also did the Batman animated series. So that was one of the ways that they pitched this. This was one of my personal favorites. Big O is ridiculous in that it always has new ways to kill things. For example, one of my favorite attacks, smack lasers from the head. Get into a staring contest? I think not. Sunburn. What about those rockets it would launch from its abdomen? Abs of steel? How about abs of explodium? Those hurt. Secret references to the band Queen. The last episode is called The Show Must Go On. The opening theme is a bastardized combination of Bohemian Rhapsody and Flash Gordon. The references are there. Piston Punch. The best part about this. Season 1 of Big O is robots punching other robots in the face. Season 2 is about tomatoes. But it's so cool! It brings back its arm, and then its arm extends again, and then it slams into it and punches you in the face.
I know the tomatoes.
Loathing the tomatoes. So, what can you do against Big O? This is actually a self-solving problem if you've ever seen the anime. Give it enough time, it will wonder where it is and simply vanish. In the meantime, it only attacks one city. Move. Leave the city. Well, every year the Mississippi floods and takes out my house. And what have you learned? I bought a raft. Our next thing that will destroy us all, George, the Megazord. Last weekend in Houston, no, 2 weekends ago, I was in Houston with Johnny Wong Bosch and Robert Axelrod, the voice of Lord Zed himself, and we got into an argument about which Megazord was the best, and it culminated into Johnny telling me, "Who are you? Please go away." It was magical.
What time is it?
Morphin time? It does that no matter what. The Megazord. I want to talk about the first version of the Megazord. This is an Americanized version of a classic robot Sentai. This is our equivalent to bastardizing Kamen Rider. This first Megazord started off as a tank. If anyone remembers that. That's it. Megazord mode activated. It started off as a freaking tank.
Did it never do anything as the tank?
It once shot at the Sphinx, and the Sphinx went, and it was fine. So the tank mode not very effective. The Megazord changes its face so often, it can hide in plain sight. As you can see here, just about to harass and attack these poor congoers. Not only that, the first version of the Megazord was made of dinosaurs. 5 robot dinosaurs! Try arguing with that. You can't. It's a dinosaur. Unless you're dealing with the stupid pterodactyl that became the chest plate, all of these things want you dead. They are dangerous.
Man, it's gotta suck to be the pterodactyl.
Not only that, but even if you fight this thing, what are you gonna do if you're fighting someone and he suddenly breaks into 5 dinosaurs? Like, what the? This is so unfair!
Never combine it.
I don't know. Power Sword. Best attack. Because as we all learned from Sailor Moon, stock footage is cheaper. And most effective. You ever realize that? The enemy, the bad guy, is content to stand there all 10 minutes while she fires up her attack, never thinking, if I kick her in the head now, it's taking forever. I wonder what all the other bad guys did that made them fail. Why didn't the boss tell me about this? I'm gonna go get a Starbucks. Best defense against the Megazord. Obviously, you're not going to win against the Megazord unless you are the Megazord. There's only one defense you can do against the Megazord, and that is rely on the lack of funding from Bandai Entertainment. Give the Megazord enough time. They will remove the franchise to somewhere away from you. In the meantime, stay away from Angel Grove and or Canada. Questions, sir? I've never seen 2 Megazord go at it, but if you ever write that fanfic, I will be there. I will be the reader. Oh my god. Unless you turn into a Yaoi Lemon, I will not forgive you. Lightspeed Rescue, not Lightspeed Yaoi. Come on guys, give it up, Gundams. Anyone who's into anime has to have at least seen a Gundam episode. Who here has seen an entire Gundam series? Who here has seen 2 entire Gundam series? 3 entire Gundam series? 4 entire Gundam series? You guys are amazing. Give yourselves a round of applause now. Alright, everyone in this room is required to high-five those people at least twice for the rest of the con.
If anyone quotes a model number, I will kill you.